All right, what's poppin', Tub Nation? Welcome back to Tub Takes. This is a VGC podcast where we go over what's been making waves in the video game championships. I am your I'm your host, Alex Underhill, Lexicon, and I'm joined by my co-host Audie up there. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well. It's good. This was the first time in a while that I haven't played in a GC, and wow, I get why people don't play in GCs. This was great. I love scrolling through Twitter and seeing all the rage posts. It's really cathartic.
You
So I'm
know,
doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good too, and I gotta say it's kind of funny because we're gonna be talking with our other guest here, Lele. How you doing? Uh,
Hello.
who just won the GC in Europe, despite already being qualified for the World Champions from winning Frankfurt. So I don't know. Maybe we've got some conflicting takes. Maybe GCs are actually terribly fun, and you're missing out, and you don't even know. Yeah, you're missing. Um. Anyways, Adi, I think I want you to set up a poll at least at some point. Maybe you wait until we get to this topic, but I was wanting to run a poll on the people in the chat today to see what they think of the poll that was put out today, because that's a big
Okay.
subject of conversation in the VGC scene today. Anyways, let's go ahead and finish the introduction here. So, if you have any questions for Lele, make sure to leave them in the Twitch chat. We'll be reading as we go along. And if you're here now, but you're not going to be able to watch the full thing, or you'd rather watch this on YouTube, it's going to be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow. We definitely have not fixed the bot, so I'm not even going to bother trying. So, yeah, CK49 on Audie's or on YouTube is Audie's YouTube channel. That's where the VOD will be posted. Um, and yeah, with that, let's go ahead and launch into the first subject of today, which is simply just that Victory Road is doing a tournament this coming weekend. A lot of American players might be going to Milwaukee, but for players overseas or not going to Milwaukee, this is your chance to, try to win that qualification for the what is it? For
The circuit.
it's not an
finale thing.
invitational. The finale tournament later, as well as it's just good practice if you're going to a tournament later in the season. I think it's starting at a different time than usual. Yeah, I think so. Lele, are
This
you
is
planning on playing this one?
this is the Asia time zone where
I
it
don't
starts at
think
like
so.
Don't think so. I don't know. Have you been playing many of the VR tournaments as of late? I don't know if I've seen you in there or not.
Not lately, but like this weekend there are like 4 tournaments. The VR, one in USA and 2 in Mexico, or something like that. Or
Are
like
there?
2
Am
in.
I forgetting that there's
there's no
Mexico?
regional in Mexico this weekend.
Are we sure? Okay, okay.
Yes. I don't know about the
No,
rest
wait,
of
there
the
might
So
be
scene,
one.
but
Is there? No, there might be one. No, is it in Brazil? Is there one in Brazil this weekend? Or am I
well,
mistaken?
South America. So I mean, still for free for regional, which is a lot.
Right, right. Um, okay, and then hold on. I wanted to go back to what I was saying before, which was the time this one's starting at. This is
there is.
okay.
Yeah.
7
In
UTC.
Belo Horizonte.
Ah, yes, that's the one. I remember it started with a B. That's all I had. So that sounds familiar. Okay, yeah, the Brazil's got an event this coming weekend as well. So maybe we can pick a smart money for that one if we have any idea who's going. I'm not actually that certain. I know of players in attendance. I know, a handful of Brazilian
Um,
players, but yeah, go ahead, Audie.
I pick Agati's girlfriend, who apparently won the GC in Latam.
Yeah, I was a bit confused. I guess we'll come to that when we get to the GC because I thought a Latin American player took the whole thing. Are they just not registered for points? You know what?
Maybe because I think that I thought that they had a different flag when Victor had tweeted out. I didn't see the Chilean flag. Maybe I
Okay.
misremembered.
No, I just
Um,
remember seeing that tweet from Agati and I was very confused. Anyways, we'll get to the GCs shortly. Let's just talking about this upcoming VR tournament. Yeah, it's the I think as Audie were saying, it's the more Asian friendly time zone. So
and
anyway,
speaking of Asian friendly tournaments, I was just looking through the VR calendar. This is changing the topic because I don't know how much more we can talk about VR.
of course.
The do we know last year we had in Asia there was the Pokeball leagues that were in Regulation H and the Master
That's a
Ball
good
leagues that
point.
happened in the thing. I have not heard anything about the Pokeball leagues like they did last year, which are happened around now, maybe like October, November, December last year.
Premier Ball League is the
Um,
ones you're talking about.
Sorry, Premier Ball League. Yes, yeah. I have not heard anything about those.
That's a good point. Yeah, it almost makes me wonder if they just want to do all of the qualification for them on champions, like just like for these regions,
Mhm.
just, I mean, Japan already is probably planning to do everything on champions. I see Seawolf Mike saying in the chat here they're not happening this year, right? I don't know. I would want to see some kind of, like you said, I think it's confirmed to be online. Like, sure. I just want to make sure I see it though. I'm just kind of curious if there's been um let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was an announcement that we missed or we didn't hear.
I
But
mean, TPC is not exactly known for being forthcoming about their circuit. So
right. 100%. But yeah, that's a good point. We'll definitely be waiting some news of that one because yeah, I mean maybe they're just taking the fall off and they'll be playing it all next season, but or next year. That's what I mean to say. Anyways, for upcoming tournaments as well, Lele, I don't imagine these two interest you because these are both NA tournaments, but I don't know. I mean, if you feel like coming over here and taking our invites, then the dates for Orlando and Indianapolis got like soft, like I guess leaked is the right word here. Like it's basically leaked. It through a funny like Twitch stream schedule thing. Pokemon like posted their schedule in advance on Twitch, and it included the dates for these two regionals. Looks like Indy is happening in May, like the end of May, and Orlando happening at the beginning of April. And so yeah, those ones these are not like shockers of locations for anybody that did pay attention to the thing we talked about like earlier, like at, was it Worlds, pre-Worlds, where there was that video that showed all the different locations. These were absolutely, all right, Adi's hooking me up with the tweet.
yeah,
Yeah. This image where like all these flashing lights kind of showed locations. The text was not there in the image. Adi ended up putting the text over it, but these were his best guesses as to like locationally what these would probably be. Indy and Orlando ended up being spot on. And then like San Antonio, like it might end up being Houston or not based on like rumors and stuff. LA could be a number of cities in California, but so far pretty much everything in here has lined up exactly. Despite, and so it does just continue to baffle me that like they know all this stuff, but they just won't tell us. Like, please, you've booked these venues already. Just let us know what we're doing for the whole season because I feel like they're a bit better about that in Europe, are they not?
You mean if they already give all the dates?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if you guys have any that you don't
yeah.
know about.
They usually give the Italian special date a little later. I
Okay.
guess we
Well,
already know
we have
this one.
that is in Turin in June 6th and 7th, according to Victory Road. So we do have at least 9 events scheduled for Europe, which I think is the number that was on the preview and is also the same number that we have in North America right now. Sorry, not assuming that the photo is correct.
I'm looking at
So
the wrong
that would line up.
event
I think that all the European events have been announced. I wonder if all the Latin American events have been announced because there are also 9 of those officially announced. Obviously, Australia, we don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I'm kind of curious now because we have these two that have been announced. Can we decipher the at least months or approximate dates of the other two, which are of course, like you said, Los Angeles and somewhere in Texas, or Southern California and somewhere in Texas. We have in San Diego before too.
Right.
Which I'm trying to piece together now. I wish I'd come prepared, but because we've got all of them through March, February, March, and then we have the two that are what dates again?
There was May,
it was
early April and end of May.
And end of May. So that means that we might have, because we have one February 28th to March 1st. That is Seattle. So we might have one more in March, and then we might have one more in May or one in June. Right.
I think we
That's
have
kind of the
I think we're definitely gonna have a June. And what are the locations? I feel like San Antonio is definitely the like March one, and then June is in California. Wherever that may be.
So, I think that's probably a good bet. Because we normally have a California regional as like the last one of the year, right?
Indy is 2 weeks before NAIC.
Oh, well, then they really wouldn't have a time to do that. It would have to be before Indy,
not happening
sometime in May.
Okay.
Well, it could happen in May, right? It would have to be like, because if it's April 4th to May 31st. That's a big gap, so it would make sense to have one in late April, early May.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, all right. So this is just, I mean, we could definitely do more speculating, but just in general, I think that this is hilarious. This is just so funny that it happened this way, and that, again, I'm just still a little bit. It's just silly that they have these dates, but they won't tell us them, and they're even like, booking their own plans around it, but they won't let us start to book our own plans around these dates. Like, please. So funny.
Right. It's very silly. It really does. Like, it messes with so much. It messes like because I mean, at least for me, I'm planning on going to Texas because I lived in Texas. I've got a bunch of friends there. A bunch of friends just moved there. I am not planning on going to Southern California because we just there for the World Championships. Hopefully, going to go back to California for the World Championships, right? So it would be really nice to know if I'm expecting to have like when I can expect to have like travel plans, right? And it like really does impact the rest of all of your life and all of your plans that you have to make. And so no, I really wish that they would just communicate more effectively. I don't know why they don't when they have the information. And I'm very jealous of Europe having their entire schedule planned out so that you can pick and choose exactly what events you want to go to and plan out the rest of your year.
Yeah. So annoying. Speaking of, because we probably won't come back to it, Layla, are you thinking about attending any more regionals? You've already qualified special events as well, or are you kind of like stepping back a bit more now that you've got that invite?
I still wanna play. I mean, you don't just
Right.
play for the invite, I guess.
I
So
agree.
I'll play Lille and Dansk for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I already signed up,
Nice.
and maybe one of Prague and Turin, and of course
Oh,
EWC.
got it. Awesome.
I mean,
Yeah.
Turin is the
You.
Italian special, so it's close to me.
Awesome. That's awesome. I wonder how long does it take you to get to that one?
Well, I'm like in south, so I'm pretty far. I guess around
Okay.
8 hours, 9 hours
Oh, okay.
of train.
Oh, a train. That's kind of nice, though. Oh,
Okay.
stop flexing your trains on us. I will also be
Wow.
taking
I'll-
a bus and a train to Seattle regionals, but I think I got you beat. I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to beat me on Seattle regionals because, like, I am about a 30-minute drive from Seattle regionals, of course. So just living the life here when that one comes around. Audie, go ahead.
I understand your plight. My closest regional is also an 8 hour train ride away. But that's just because our trains are very slow.
No, true. Okay, so yeah, somebody mentioned in the chat, Detective Eggington said, "What regulation did you guys vote for on the Twitter post?" That's actually the next subject up here, and so yeah, Pokemon put out like a very, I don't know, and like to be fair, I think genuinely everybody's probably overreading into it a little bit too much. Like it's not like that. It's not like some kind of 100% chance that this is them just saying, "What format do you guys want to play next in December, January, February, whatever until Champions comes out." There's a chance. I'm not gonna like bet all my money on this. I think that there's a chance, but yeah. Regardless, they did put out this poll that just says, "Hey trainers, we're curious to know what's been your favorite Pokemon VGC regulation set in Scarlet and Violet so far." And notably, none of the options that are listed are like regulation H or G, two that we've already done repeats of. So like that's the thing that I think makes it the most suspicious to me is that they didn't pick these two that, it would make sense if they're not going to do a triple repeat. So they put these three that have not yet been done again, and they're just letting the poll work its magic. Somebody asked what my vote is. I guess mine is just on screen because my Twitter is shown. Also, one last thing before I shut up is I don't think this was just posted on Twitter as well. I actually got a text from Justin Burns. He was like, "Oh my god, look at this," and he saw it on YouTube. I think YouTube has also got the poll, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's on multiple of their socials. So you kind of have to like compile all those results. Regardless, Lele, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Did you vote in the poll? What are you voting? What are you thinking? What do you want to be the format later this year, if possible?
So I didn't vote for any, but if I had to, it would be one of the C or F regulation, just because I feel like I being the one that was chosen for the World Championship is cool if it stays for that, and like you don't have more events in that regulation. If
Yeah.
in between the two, I'm okay playing both because, like, to me, I like playing Pokemon, so the regulation doesn't really matter as much. For sure, there is one that I may like more than the others, but no big difference.
What is Audi linked to me? Is this the YouTube poll?
This is the YouTube poll,
All right.
which is very different results than the Twitter poll. It's actually really interesting.
All right, let me
You
go
do have
ahead
to
and let me
vote
go
to
cast
see
my
them.
vote. Let me go.
Yeah,
Whoa.
very important.
Whoa. Wait, Red Guy's
Right.
so popular over here, and everybody else is liking the other stuff. What is other? I guess I'd have to read the comments.
Yeah. Okay. So you didn't. Sorry, Lily. You said you didn't vote.
No.
But
That's because you're
it
not
would
planning on
go for C
playing.
or F.
If
You
I
would go
had
for
to,
C or
yeah, it
F.
would be CRF. Just because
Mhm.
regulation, I add words in it, and it would be cool to let it stay there.
I guess
Yeah.
would you ever pick other? Well, like, do you like A more than any of these, like a lot, or do you just kind of just like C or F?
Maybe Regulation D was the one that came out before the first words, right?
No, Regulation D was the World Championship format.
Yeah, the one that only had the World Championship as tournament,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And maybe that could be cool to see if there may be some like evolution of the meta since it only had one tournament and no other before.
Did it not have like Pittsburgh regionals and a couple other regionals after Worlds? I thought it did
For which one?
for Reg D.
Reg D. Yeah, yeah. Reg D was played at regional. No, I think it was like just Pittsburgh, maybe for. Did we have another one? I don't know. And then I don't know what other regions had. Barcelona was Reg D. Okay.
Oh yeah, Barcelona too, true.
Okay. Okay. Um.
But
Sorry,
yeah, I think that
Joey.
there's,
Our commands aren't working. Go ahead, Audie.
we've had on Top Takes, we've had a couple conversations where we've debated. Is even I think with the episode with Daniel Yu, we had a discussion about whether we prefer to have Reg F or Reg I as the next format because all of us kind of assumed that that would be the next format. One of those two would be the next format. So it's really interesting to see Reg C listed on here, and I don't know. Like I voted Reg C. I know I see Alex voted Reg C. But it's going to be really interesting because they can't actually go back to Reg C. And we see this for Reg. We see this people saying Reg A, and I think obviously the thing is very similar. Is that these? It's really hard to go back to those formats just because the move pools have changed, right?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
fundamentally, like we think about how omnipresent Scale Shot Dragonite is right now. It didn't have Scale Shot in Reg C. It was Dragonite was everywhere. It didn't have Scale Shot, and so unlike Reg F and Reg I, Regulation C would actually be a brand new format where all these Pokemon have brand new move pools, including some very very like unique choices that did not see play until much later. And so
Mm-hmm.
that this is the one format that is actually like, in my opinion, brand new. On top of the fact that it never like really settled in the same way that Reg F and I did. I guess Reg I never really settled, but yeah, I just think it's interesting that they would consider potentially, theoretically, we don't know if this is actually their intention, but it's really interesting they would go back to a format where things would change so substantially, and they would just ban all these new Pokemon, but they would allow old Pokemon with new moves. I think that's a really like interesting idea.
Right. Power Herb Glamora as well. I mean, that would be different.
Mm-hmm.
And I was about to say Archaludon, stupidly. Archaludon is a DLC Pokemon, right? Yeah, it's a DLC
Mm-hmm.
guy. Um, yeah, so you wouldn't have Arch, you wouldn't have any of the Ursalunas. Yeah, obviously on top of all the like legendaries, you wouldn't have Sinistcha as well. The Ogre Pawns. I don't know. I'm a big fan of C. In C, I got to have a lot of fun with Orthworm. And I do think that, like Adi said, the updated move pools would actually make it quite interesting. So that part just it definitely does breathe new life into it. On top of us like all having like a bit more of an understanding of the game. I think that like A would be truly the most interesting, like because of the like we had such a little amount of time with it, and also such a little amount of time with Terra as a whole that I feel like we probably learned so much more about how to play VGC, Scarlet and Violet, Terra stuff, whatever, that we probably could do some cool stuff. And then also, if it has updated move pools, again, that changes things a lot. Meowscarada was very good in A, but now it has Triple Axle, so like that might even change things even more. Dragonite was good in A, but yeah, now it's gonna get maybe it has Scale Shot, so that
Also, Dondozo in Reggae was different because Order Up boosted your stats in Protect. Now
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't anymore. So it kind of made it a little stronger.
Right. That was some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I did not miss that.
Yeah. I'm scrolling through some of the TMs that were introduced after Reg C came out right now, and some of the big ones include Expanding Force, I guess, was a TM. You mentioned
right,
Meteor Beam
right.
earlier. That's a big one. The Breaking Swipe and Electro Web are really big ones. That like definitely could see play. Psychic Noise, Upper Hand is obviously a new move. I don't know if that one would see as much play. Coaching is huge, right? We didn't have as
That's
many
true.
coaching mons. Muddy Water is a really big one. Um, those Haze, was Haze really a TM? Is that one new?
It's
Um,
probably doesn't change things too much in terms of
well, I
distribution, I
mean, if
guess.
Dozo was like pretty common, right? Like if
No,
more Pokemon get
100%.
Haze,
100%.
knockoff was not common. That's a big one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of high horsepower. Oh my god, Icicle Spear, Scald. I mean, Scald doesn't have the availability anymore, but there's a lot of like very very good moves that all of a sudden more poke flip turn. It's another one. I think Palafin already had that. Scale Shot I mentioned earlier. Those are the ones that I just scrolled through the list and kind of found. But like those are a lot of really really important moves that we are kind of used to playing with, and especially when you think back to the power level of Reg C and the Pokemon that we use in Reg C. Um, a lot of them suddenly get access to brand new moves, and that I think really would be really fun to go back and play a format where some of these Pokemon that were a little underappreciated, we see this in Reg H. Now get to see the light of day again and get to play with their new toolkits. Which yeah, I think would be really exciting.
I'm hoping that C wins it. I actually, when this came out this morning and like a little more like a little while ago, looking at it a couple hours, I guess. It was looking like F was winning by a good margin, and I was like, dang, people really liked F a lot. We should probably talk about F as it's the second most common option. And I don't know, this is what everybody says. I've been seeing it all over Twitter as the Calm Mind Raging Bolt format. And I yeah, I don't miss it. And what's funny is, like, I'll say this once so that I don't have to say it again. Like, I did technically win the first Reg F tournament. Like, I feel like I have some ground to stand on and be like, actually, I think this format's cringe. I think it's lame. So like this is because a lot of people have a tendency to just dismiss all arguments by basically saying like, you're gonna pick the one you did the best in. You're gonna pick the one that you were like, doing well in. I did well enough in Regulation F, and I don't want to go back to it.
You won the
Let's see.
regional with the Extreme Speed spam team, right? The priority spam.
Yeah. These guys. It honestly, the team became so bad right afterwards. I feel like that happens a lot with my best finishes. Like when I won my first regional in 2017, that team was horrible. Like the moment the tournament finished, I couldn't beat Driftbloom Lele, and Driftbloom Lele started getting really common. Oh man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it happens kind of often, to be honest. Like you see many teams winning tournaments and then not keeping up with the meta. For example, Wolfie is one of the players that comes in my mind when you talk about that. He wins tournaments with teams that usually don't become meta. For
Right.
example, the AWC winning team just like died right after won the AWC. Same for Toronto. Like you don't see many perish in Reg H, even though Wolfie won the tournament with it.
I gotta say though, like we're talking to the leader of like the absolute opposite example currently, because you won Frankfurt. Where did it go? Oh, right here. And now I can't stop seeing this team. It's literally everywhere. It's in the Victory Roads. It's in the Grand Challenge. I'm sure it's gonna do well enough. It did well enough in Pittsburgh, and it's gonna do fine in Milwaukee. I'm sure. So, yeah, sometimes the opposite is true, where it just something
Yeah.
catches on completely. Oh my god.
I mean, it's also kind of. Uh, I think that it's going to be strong almost every time because double fake out is like too solid to ever be bad. Maybe not the best every time,
Right.
but it's like the kind of archetype you expect to be good in every regulation.
And that's exactly why we got to go back to Regulation C, because neither Incin or Rillaboom are legal. So I believe neither. Wait, it is.
Was Instant in the format?
I don't think there was
I'm almost
Incin.
gonna say-
No, we were using Arcanine, like
No,
on Palafin stuff. We were using Arcanine, right?
Oh
just
yeah,
get
yeah.
Iron Ends.
Yeah.
And really that is, I don't know. I think this might be worth just like a YouTube video rant, but like I really think that in any format where you have that combination where you have Incineroar, you have Amoonguss or Rillaboom, and then you have a powerful water type, it just gets ruined. It's just too easy to team build in those formats. And as soon as you take that away, and as soon as you even just take one of those elements away, right? You can have Instant and the grass type, take away the Urshifu and take away the Basket Legion, and all of a sudden, like the formats become way more fun because you don't have these ridiculous defensive backbones. And part of what I liked about Reg C was that people had to figure out different defensive cores. We saw a lot of Tinglu, so a lot of defensive core centered around Iron Hands. We saw the stuff like that. But we also saw people just trying to stretch like the shittiest water types that never saw play after Regulation C and made them work, right? Like Gyarados was super, super common in that format. Everyone knows Gyarados sucks, but it's just like it was the best water type in the format. Palafin did really well. Palafin is a super fair Pokemon. So I love that, forcing you to think out of the box and really team build was one of the things that I really loved about that format. And it just felt like the team building never really stopped. And partially because there was no brain dead core that you could default to, and that was so hard to break for every single team that wasn't using it.
Mm-hmm. Somebody mentioned in the chat here, there's talks about going back to formats. I heard some of you hate going back to formats. Well, no, it's not necessarily like I think all of us would be happy to see something new. Of course, I think that's like probably the preferred option is some type of brand new format. With us playing Regulation H right now and the way this poll looks, I think it's pretty clear that, especially, and Champions, being so soon on the horizon, we're not getting a brand new format. Like, I think everyone's kind of like come to terms with that, and anybody that hasn't yet is coping because, yeah, they're not going to just be like, now we're doing the No Terra format after Reg G twice and Regulation H twice. Now we're going to do that format where we add Paradox Pokemon to H or something. Like they're not doing different stuff. They're not going to suddenly add Xerneas and Yveltal to a Reg I format or something. Like, we're not getting anything new. Champions is the new thing ultimately, and we're just kind of coasting until we get there. Unfortunately, I think that they're just kind of at the whim of whenever that game gets released.
Also, it would be weird to play Notera as the last format of Scarlet and Violet.
Right. I would play it though. I'd at least try it.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Terra because I think it forces many 50s that should not exist. Like, for example, clicking close combat on a King Gambit that can become Ghost. Just adds one more 50-50 that it's not supposed to be there. So I'm not a huge fan of Terras. So I would try it as well, but still feels weird to be not Terra, the last format of Scarlet and Violet.
I don't remember when you started, Lele. What was your first year of VGC?
2020.
2020.
Right
Okay.
after COVID.
Okay, so you only know Dynamax and Terra. You don't know Z moves and Megas then.
Well, I used to watch a lot.
For sure.
But I didn't play.
Got you. I was just going to ask what mechanic you liked the most, seeing as we're probably going to be getting them all back in Champions, but I guess you haven't really gotten to experience those first two enough to say.
Well, I played in singles before, so
Okay, gotcha.
I think Z move is the one I like the most. Looks like the most balanced to me.
Yeah, I might be agreeing with you there. After, I don't know, we're coming up on Megas, but Megas are kind of just like Reg G, and I don't really like the single restricted formats anyways.
I think Megas.
Go ahead.
I think some Megas are just better restricted. For example, like the thing that people say the most is that you can't give an item to a Mega, but like if you give a Life Orb to Metagross, it's not going to do the same damage as Mega Metagross, and it's not going to be as bulky as Mega Metagross. So it's not really like you're not giving an item. You're giving an item to get a better ability, better bulk, and better offense. Like, that thing has 700 BST and no as
Mm-hmm.
EV Slam. It's better than many restricted in the game. I think if you could play like Mega Metagross or some other restricted in Reg G, you would play Mega Metagross and on some restricted.
Dang, you really think that you'd take at least? So I guess let me walk it
I
down
would
here.
play
Would
Mega
you play Mega
Metagross,
Metagross over Kali Shadow?
not over Kali Shadows, but I would play Mega Metagross over Zacian, for example, or Groudon maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna eventually get my way down to the Gen 3 one, like Groudon and Kyogre.
Mhm.
Um, yeah,
I think you could justify doing that.
they are pretty crazy. The megas, like especially the ones that are based off of pseudo legends that already have 600 stats. So, um,
Yeah. Charizard Epsilon may be like better than Groudon sometimes. You could still play Mega Charizard and Flutter Mane U stuff.
that's
I think
true.
it would be maybe even better than Groudon sometimes.
I think you might be right actually because of that delayed sun setting. Sometimes that part is just so annoying. Um, yeah. So yeah, I mean, we could spend the whole time here talking about this, and maybe we'll end up revisiting it if people want us to continue to talk about it. But yeah, ultimately, this poll that Pokemon put out is very sus. I think the most I'm repeating myself here, but the most sus thing is just the options that they listed. You know, like it definitely feels like it shows their hand a little bit. They wouldn't pick those three for no reason. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to actually just end up waiting and seeing. I don't actually know if they'll announce anything earlier than maybe just what is it, November? No, November 1st. November 1st, not 31st, but the beginning of the month. Um, at the beginning of November. So honestly, saying that out loud, that's actually crazy that we are less than a month away from that announcement, from knowing what that next format is going to be. The reason I'm saying this, by the way, for the people that aren't 100% clued in, is basically just they announced the format 1 month in advance of when it would go live on Battle Stadium, and
Uh-huh.
so yeah,
And speaking of Battle Stadium, uh, it's not going to be the format for Battle Stadium. So will they
yeah, that's
announce it at the
true.
same
That's
time? We
I
don't know
guess I
that,
see
of
what you're
course.
saying. I guess I see what you're saying. That's a good point. That's a good counter argument. Is because like we got H announced with J. We did get H announced with J, but if Battle Stadium is just sticking to J for the rest of the, did they confirm that already? I don't remember if they did. Um, yeah, huh? That's technically true.
Maybe.
We might not get it right away.
And you know what would be the most exciting thing they could do? Because if they didn't announce it right away, uh, is they could go during Vegas regionals at the very end of Vegas regionals, kick off the closing ceremony with the announcement for the next format, and I think that would be the most hype moment that they could do. They did it at Worlds in 2019, 2018 with the announcement of the series for over the course of the entire year. And I remember everyone is freaking out about it. I just think like I don't know why they're wasting like this is like a great publicity moment, like a great moment to marketing moment, and they're just like, yeah, we'll let Battle Stadium announce it. It's like, come on. Like I know that there's a whole like level of politics with TPC and TPCI, and TPC is the one who really like decides a lot of this stuff because they're the ones who I think run Battle Stadium. I'm not sure how much collaboration there is there, but this is like their one chance to really do something really cool with the how they announce the new format, and especially if they do announce a like new type of format, like Regulation A Part Two with all the new move sets, or Regulation C Part Two, or something like that. I think it'd be really exciting to. I think they could do it in a really exciting way.
Mm-hmm. Somebody mentioned in the chat, if you think Wolfie posts anything about this poll, it's very if you it's very likely the format he supports wins. And I don't know, like I kind of have more faith in people than that. Like I don't know, if Wolf said like his favorite ice cream is chocolate, does that mean a bunch of people go out and say that their favorite ice cream is chocolate as well? Like
Yes. Yes, they
no.
do.
Please tell me that's not. I don't know. Maybe I have too much faith in people, man. But I don't. I wouldn't think that if Wolf just came out and said like, "Yeah, I actually really dig Reg E," and then like suddenly everyone's just saying like, "Yeah, no, I love E as well. I love E." Uh,
Well, not
that's
everyone, but a big chunk, I guess.
yeah, I guess. Dang, that's crazy to think. Um,
Well, he's
yeah,
an influencer, so he's gonna influence, I guess.
Fair enough. You know what? When you put it that way, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. I guess they're doing it
But
to help him because they're like not even playing, but they're like, oh, I'd watch Wolf play his favorite.
well, you say that like we didn't just run a poll on our channel and see that weird that 60% of you guys agreed with me and Alex that we should play XC. Surely entirely original thoughts there.
Echo chambers, echo chambers, echo chambers. I only surround myself with people to say the things I like to hear. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to talking about the GC here. Yeah, the GC finished off, and Lele, you ended up winning the whole thing for Europe. So close.
Yeah. Yeah, it was close. I streamed all the 45 games. It was fun.
And it's still up, right? The like on your Twitch.
They're still up. I think for
Awesome.
7 days or something like that.
Yeah. So if you want to see and learn a bit more how to play Lele's team, I guess it's not in this picture, but this, yeah, that stream is probably very, very informative. I was watching some of it, and I was in fact watching that last game because you ended up saving one for the very end. Did you do that on purpose for fun, just for suspense, or what?
No, I was first already in the with the 44th game, but then someone went over me, and then I was like, cutting second or top 10 doesn't matter, so I may just go and try to win it.
Right. And
And then
you
I
were
just
in
threw up
third
in
when
the
you
stream.
searched, right?
Yeah.
And then ended up winning only to get second.
Yeah.
Actually, do you
I mean,
remember
it's
how
still
many?
first for Europe, so
Yes. Do you remember how many points you were at 44 games?
I think 100, like 1807, something like that.
Because I guess whoever you ended up passing dropped, right? It seems like they must have lost a game after that point.
Mm,
Oh wait, was it the person
I'm
that
not
I
sure.
played? Was it the person I played? I think it was. What did I
Oh
say that the
yeah,
person I
the
played was?
person. Yeah. Well, I don't know if he wants me to say who it
No,
is,
I know
but
that's okay. I'm not gonna. You don't have to reveal anything more, but I think I'll just say I played against a person that was 18-15 in my final game.
yeah, he was
And
above me.
so that would put them above you, but still not first. And I think I had a decent shot at winning it, but I also did absolutely crit them and just make it a very convincing win. And so they were probably pretty sad. But that, and although also I was on 44 games, that was my last game. And I was just sitting there with 44 games, watching Lele's stream, trying to not stream snipe him. I was like, can you just search for a battle already so that I don't hit search for a battle and get you on my next game? Like, just queue up already. And you were just like sitting there looking, and I'm like, I'm ready to start mine. And then I was like, I might as well just watch this game and then not queue up until after. But anyways, yeah, so you ended up finishing second overall. I guess, wait, no, but the winner is maybe not registered for championship points. I don't know. It says no region. I think they've been updating this page as they went. For example, I thought Ryan Clem here. I'm guessing that's what R Clem might be, but I thought Ryan Clem might have won the GC because I think when I looked at this page last night, it said first NA. But then now it looks like Ryan Haig might have ended up winning the whole thing in terms of players that linked their accounts or whatever. Are you? Oh, Ariel's in the chat here. Hello. We're, I guess, the good timing. Yeah, we were just talking about you. So you did not register. That's so funny that I don't know, like with the phrasing of your tweet. I know that it's translated, but it says after a lot of intensity, finally the reward. I guess the reward is just the glory. That's awesome. I mean, 75 championship points is nothing, anyways. Ultimately, like you were saying, Lele, we play to win, right? We play to play for the fun of the game.
Yeah. I think the GC also. I think not many people agree with me, but I think they are very fun to play.
Right. And so, yeah, that actually was what we were talking about at the very beginning. Audie, you sat out this one. Meanwhile, Lele's winning regionals and then just not done. He's still got a thirst for more Pokemon. Crazy.
And you know me, I do love playing the GCs. I was just out of town for a wedding this weekend, and so
100%.
I just couldn't play. But yeah, no, I would have played if I had the chance, and I genuinely think they're a lot of fun, and I genuinely think this format is more fun in closed team sheet because there's just so much to deal with, and there are so many like cheesy ways you can find like to deal with the tough matchups that you can't against that you can't in open team sheet. So you look at Gallade winning. I'm very curious if you're making your team public, Ariel. But that's a Pokemon where you look at it and you're like, especially on a not hard trick run team, and you say this can have a lot of different moves. It's got 6 moves that it can run. You look at Ninetales and all the variants in Ninetales sets now, Annihilate and all the different Annihilate sets, and it's just like it's really fun to find these creative solutions and to see these types of teams win. And so even though this team is obviously 6 really good Pokemon with a very like clear sort of overall like it's derivative of the sort of Paul Chua Agati team that was really really good at the start of Reg H last year, where it really tried to abuse the Ninetales pin with the Garchomp and the Dragonite, but presumably very updated. And yeah, I think it's a strong team. It's a cool creative solution to a format, and it's a new variant of a team that we've seen before. And I think that's the type of innovation that GCs really inspire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the solo Gallade, I don't know, it kind of like just it makes sense. Like it's a strong enough Pokemon to do well outside of Hard Trick Room. We've just kind of like everyone assumed that it just has to be that it has to be a Hard Trick Room only Pokemon, but like it's just annoyingly strong. I mean, what is it called? Sharpness. Sharpness is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Gallade's just out here casually OHKOing a lot of Pokemon that should not be OHKO'd with just Sacred Sword. Like not even the Psychic Terrain boosted Psycho Cut, but just like Sacred Sword is just killing things. I think you switch in like an AB Rillaboom on that shit and take like 80 or something. It's like, ow! Can you not? It's awesome.
It's also cool because in the GC you may get a lot of Dondozo and Sacred Sword ignores the boost, so you still get a lot of damage into that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe you can coaching with an Annihilate and do Sacred Sword into Dondozo. I don't think that kills, but goes very close, I guess.
Well, it's still unaware, right, for the coaching?
Oh, yeah, true. True.
Yeah, very, very cool
yeah,
team.
I like this
Go
team
ahead,
a lot. I kind of want to try it out and see if it has legs to stand out in best of 3 as well, because it just looks like good Pokemon. And again, we've seen concepts like this do well before. We just haven't seen this style of team pop up in a little bit, and this is a really strong proof of concept.
By the way, sorry to be distracted in the middle of Tubtex, but I'm getting like kind of mild breaking news, whatever. It's apparently like soft confirmed is the word I'm going to use here, that the poll is going to lead to the format. So, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I don't know. A decent source that I won't say more about because they don't want me to. But yeah, I asked what I could say on Tub Takes, and they said soft confirmed. So
okay, well, I'm going to do the thing where I'm going to link this in Twitch, and since I know 60% of you have good opinions, maybe you should vote in the poll. That might also matter.
Ani's like, please, can we get my format now? Now it's time to start campaigning. Oh my god.
The YouTube poll has 900 votes. The Twitter poll has 5,000 votes. So hopefully they weight it accordingly.
Right.
But yes,
right,
yeah,
right.
I am. I am gonna start canvassing.
Dude, Layla, you have to go vote, please, and do the right thing.
Yeah, I'll vote one of the CRF.
Yeah. You know, I mean, dude, it's gonna get like intense. People are gonna be like, "What did you vote for?" And it's like, I don't have to tell you. Like, tell me what you voted for.
I'm still not sure. That's why.
Right. Oh my god. This is insane. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I don't think this person would be yanking my leg, pulling my leg, whatever you yanking my chain. But yeah, that's hilarious. Let's go back to the GC though, because somebody said. Jimmy said, has Joji said if he plans to keep grinding after winning 3 for his region? And honestly, that's a great question, because I think this season, without a doubt, like, he might just be able to do it in 3, if not 4, and just move on. I don't know. I guess it's just kind of like the. All right, I'll
Well,
pose
the
this to
BFL is
Lele
fun.
as somebody who's won for his region. If you maxed out and won 3 GCs, would you keep going? Would you go for 4? Would you go for 5? Or would you be like, I've kind of done it already?
I think I would still play. Like I said, it's fun to me, and you don't just play for cheap for CPs, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
even when you play in ladder, sometimes you try to eat first, even if you don't get any reward on Battle Stadium.
That's
So
true.
you may do as well for Grand Challenge, I guess.
Oh, I guess some people are pointing out the travel award stuff. That's true. It's probably even if you pass your BFL, which I think somebody also reminded it's 4. That's true. I forgot it is
Yes.
4. Um, but yeah. Yeah, no, Joji's playing in Oceania. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. That's the region. What else did I miss? I don't remember. Anyways, let's. So yeah, Joji. I mean, continuing to do well. I think this is a slightly different team than what he's been using. It's not like crazy, but also all of, as you can see, all the items are hidden because these are all Pokemon that can do very different things depending on how you choose to train them. For all we know, it's not Assault Vest Real Boom, but Miracle Seed, and the Assault Vest is on the Ensign, or maybe it actually is Pop Bomb Mouse, even though it looks like it's probably Friend Guard. There's a lot of ways that you can trick out something like this.
It
Um,
looks like the Team Zin used with like Sneasler instead of Annihilate.
yeah, and
Like the
then
six are the same.
there's no Blood Moon. Instead, there's an Ensign. Like, I don't know. Genuinely, I'm looking at this and I'm like, is this just a blend of your team and Zine's team? Just kind of like using some sets from both. Like it could be Swords Dance
Could
Sneasler.
be.
Who knows? Um,
Yeah, it could be.
you
I
know.
guess you want Sesh maybe some because you don't have any like who would run the Sesh.
Well, the mouse might
I mean,
take it
you're
though.
not forced. Yeah, but like I get the Sesh with Annihilate because you stick with Friendguard more, but
Yeah.
you don't really have someone to support that much in this comp, maybe.
Right. Right. I mean, you can still do some stuff with Golden Go, but yeah, it's definitely not the same. But still having Friend Guard stick around for longer can be good. So, um,
It's funny you guys looked at that team and thought and what you thought of, because I looked at it and I saw I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's Huan Chi Kuo from Gdansk Regional last year. I can't pronounce anything apparently, but that had a Volcarona on it instead of the Incineroar. But that was the team that I looked at and said, "Oh,
oh,
the same team."
Incinerilla, D Knight. Okay. Okay. Got it. Good thanks. Greg H. Thanks.
Number 4, yeah, top 4.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, wait. Is this not? They did well in this GC too. Is this
Yeah.
Suggy? Yeah, yeah. Here we go.
Oh, hey. I wonder if they use the team too.
Nope,
No, they use something different.
something different.
Well, not that different, but
Yeah, yeah,
nothing.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's that team. I think it's the same, not exactly the same 6, but close to what Dawi was using. But also, if I say it's close to something, it's going to be close to a lot of things. Genuinely, like it is just Doug
Right.
plus Ninetales and Ape and Ensign. So, um, I can say that it's basically Lele's team as long as I just pick enough Pokemon to switch out. It's got at least half of it.
Yep.
It's just Rinya's son. Let's see what other teams here. I think actually, so I know that Tabu, Lele's team, just again.
Yes.
And I think who else was it? I saw I thought there was another one in the top 8. What isn't Zach Lee? No, was it Juan here? Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yep. So, also made a top 8. So that's 3 top 8s from Lele's team. And actually, let's take a little detour here and like talk about your team while we're at it, Lele, because we didn't get to talk to you right after your win in Frankfurt. Of course, congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
And yeah, this team is got such a big share of the meta right now because it is just continuing to do so well. I'm curious, why do you think that is, and why do you think it? I mean, I guess it was. You don't really have to explain why it did well for you to win that tournament. It's obviously the team is very strong now. A lot of people are finding success with it. But what do you think? Tell me why is the team still doing so good?
Like I told you before, I think when you have Insin Rila already as a backbone, it's hard. Like Insin Rila Goldengo, it's hard that a team can't be good. And for me, Rain, Spam, Mausape are like the top 3 teams in the format with if you don't count double fake out. And this being very good into that is one reason why I think the team is still pretty solid, because you have like very solid answer into that. You have Ninetales to face Rain, you have Snizzler to face Mausape, and you have uh Goldengo Insin plus Rillaboom for Spam. So it kinda gives you many out into the best team in the format, being
Mm-hmm.
a good team itself. Like you have good Pokemon that face other good Pokemon in a better way. I don't know if I explained myself well
That's
enough.
good. No, that makes sense.
So I think
You're saying
that's
that it's
one of the
very
reasons.
prepared for the top teams in the format.
Yeah, well, while still using like good Pokemon. It's not like a counter meta that if you play the meta teams you win, but if you don't you have trouble. It is a good team that if you play the good ones gives you some matchup as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
why I think it's good.
it's been looking very, very strong, especially I don't know. There's so many times where you know exactly what your opponent's going to do. They're going to protect the Ursaluna or the Golden Go. They're going to switch out to the other fake out, and you just can't do anything about it. Sometimes it's just like, all right, I'm actually just stuck in the fake out loop. Um, and Ninetales also really good with these guys as well. Just like the weather control and also the speed control. And I don't know. I mean, you also have the chance to just get lucky with Blizzard. Not that you're trying to, but it happens. Did you get any
Yeah,
good
I mean
freezes
it's
in
one more
your
thing.
GC run or your or Frankfurt?
I got one freeze in whole Frankfurt, I guess. And I think one as well in the GC.
Yeah,
I mean, I may not remember some. I'm pretty sure I only got one in the Frankfurt run though.
right, right. Yeah, I mean, but if it happens, you just kind of like say, "All right, this is awesome," and keep it moving, you know. So of course,
Yeah.
uh, it can just happen. Usually, you're clicking Blizzard not for the freeze, but just because it's good damage. But yeah,
And
it's
was
kind of
their
like
claw, right?
it's basically just Dire Claw, but worse, but so much worse. Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. Of course, if anybody has any questions about Lele's team, do ask, because this is currently the team that has earned the most championship points by far. I feel like in regulations H's return. I guess Victory Road tournaments don't have championship points, but it's just it's getting so many results. So
If I won the GC, it would have won 2 GCs back to back actually.
that's true, right? Because that's how it started, right? That's how it all started. Was the GC winning team the first time around?
Yeah, Fazio won the GC with it, and then I asked him the team, and it had like some different stuff. It was Citrus, Insin, Terrawater, Blood Moon, and like Ninetales had Aurora Veil and Anchor.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make the team, of course. I took the 6 and just personalized it a little
Yeah.
with the Terraelectric on Blood Moon and disabled Protect on Ninetales, and of course the goggles on Insin.
Right, right. Somebody asked in the chat. Of course, this is probably a question a lot of people are asking, and if you, I don't know. I mean, if you can answer it however you want, but somebody said, "What are the team's worst matchups?"
Well, it's hard to find some. I think more than matchups, you have Pokemon that give you trouble. Like Volcarona is someone that you have to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
I think Zoroark Isui, for like how crazy it may sound, is one Pokemon that gives trouble because that's outspeeds Ninetales, so can ice you
That's
in
true.
before and gives you Mind Game. And I guess
Mm.
that's the only thing that comes in my mind as of right now.
I can't rotate it. Ah. There's Zoroark.
Beautiful.
There was a high finishing Zoroark team in the GC, funnily enough. That like it's funny because this is just like what MDB's boring balance team from last regulation H, but who knew the thing that we were all missing that would keep the team relevant is dropping the Primarina for a Zoroark. Like that was apparently obvious to this person and not to everybody else. So, that is just a little bit crazy to me, a little funny. But yeah, Zoroark did get I think I think we talked about this. No, they were not registered. This person,
and this is interesting because this person also got top 8 in another GC last year and was not registered. So they really just do not care. They've been grinding.
How are there 2 of the top 5 spots just to unregistered players? Just goes that don't care. They play for the love of the game. That's sick. That's so awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, first off, I think that if you are that good, when you should be getting ready for champions at the very least by playing the GCs and getting points there, because you probably can do something when that comes out. But I don't know. I think that when champions comes out, we might see more of this in the GCs because it is kind of confusing connecting your account. I know a lot of people have complained about that the first time they've tried to. And so yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, when champions comes out, and I think we only have 1 or 2 GCs in champions, who knows what's going to happen with people who can't actually connect their accounts or don't care enough to connect their accounts, but just want to play their mobile game that has a big tournament in the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Right. What were some of the other interesting ones from this one? I know Zach put out a funny tweet. I think it was a good tweet. Because he just reversed all of the Pokemon and everyone had to reply. It was really good engagement bank. Number of people that replied and were like, wait, why did you do that? That looks so unnatural. That was so funny. Yeah, Raghav had a pretty good finish. Raghav got 13th overall. I think actually ended up getting... Well, wait, what's the difference anyways? Is it 2 points? No, wait.
Yep. 2 points.
Wait, it's 2?
Yep.
For top 8 to top 4?
Yep.
That is so funny.
It's also like
11 and then 10. Okay.
Yeah. But then it also goes down to I think 13 and then 11. So there's another like 2-point drop later on.
Oh my god.
It's weird. It's like kind of arbitrary.
Somebody said show your cat picture. I don't know if it links to mine. Yeah, because my tweet doesn't have my team, so I guess it doesn't work that way. But yeah, here's me. I got 30th overall. As I mentioned, I did play all 45, and I honestly was as low as like 1640, and I was like, all right, if I lose another one, like I just lost a Sash Gallade, like Golden Go in the end game versus a Gallade, and I was like, we're chilling, I got this. And then I Shadow Ball it, and it lives on 1, and I was like, come on, are you serious? And yeah, then so I got down to like 1640 or something. I was like, if I lose again, I'm stopping. And then I just won the rest of my games till I got to like, I don't know, 17, I guess you could guess like 40 something with 1 game left. And I was like, I should just play it. Like, I'm not going to finish anywhere noteworthy if I don't play it. So queued it up and got a whole 25 championship points for playing 45 games from the comfort of my home. Let's go. Can't do that anywhere else. But I did make the Victory Road graphic page thing here, so that's cool. And also, I like my team is not actually spicy or worth hiding, but if you want to go seek it out and ask around everybody, like, what did Alex use? You'll find a very boring answer. So, anyways, what are some other cool teams? I actually don't know if I've clicked on all these. Let me see. That's a Clefable. Sure. Why not?
Hey, that Pokemon was everywhere at the start of the format.
Kind of was. Clefable. That's funny. It's Sabas, but not the Sabas you're thinking of, and not the other Sabas you're thinking of. It's the other Sabas. Right. Running... Dude... All right, I know that, like... Sure. These items are not worth censoring. These items are not worth censoring, buddy. I know what all these items are. This is Elizabeth Rain, basically. Anyways, Shilyang's team was cool. I actually tried that yesterday on stream, and just trying it out on some best of one ladder. And it is really strong as you might expect. It was just a recreation because I don't think anybody's posted a rental or even an open team sheet for it that I've seen. Maybe it has been.
He did post a YouTube link to the original team report.
Yeah, but the original is crazy because this is there was this like beast last year that
Yeah.
like was using they were just doing well despite being nobody would ever really heard of with like a very weird team. And yeah, the original here is honestly, I mean, it's a little too different. I guess the Volcarona is, I guess there's still 3 in common. No, 4 in common. I guess there's 4. But yeah, I felt like there was like a few enough differences that it's just like, well, what are these other guys doing? But I guess it was just a Specs Golden Go and a Loaded Dice D-Knight, so you can make a lot of assumptions about those ones. Regardless, yeah, that person was doing crazy well last Regulation H, and yeah, this team was really, really strong. So I wouldn't even be surprised to see people trying it out in best of 3, because Shilyang is just that, like strong of a builder ultimately. I can't like glaze that guy enough. He's sick. Anyways, let's see. This one, whoa, just opening up a picture.
hey.
I mean, where's the Zoroark? Where's the Zoroark?
Wait, have we gotten to the point where MDB's team is rotated back into the format? Is that where we're at right now? Lele, do you have a Primarina matchup? Do you have a Dragon Ball matchup?
Dude, he cut Dire Claw. He doesn't have Dire Claw anymore. He's screwed. They're gonna that Primarina's gonna click Haze in front of Rillaboom and Sneasler, and it's gonna be chilling. This is like the tiniest picture.
That photo was taken from very far away. Yeah.
Right?
But that team is pretty standard.
Yes, it is. Santino did Dozo. Dozo stuff. Santino loves the Dozo. I actually didn't even see that it's World Champion Luca Cherabelli here. I didn't even click this one. But he's actually just been using Elizabeth for most of the tournaments I remember. So, not surprised. Named it 4 and 4. I love that. Because I think he
uses Paranormal Goggles Wide Guard Pelipper, apparently.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see. Joan, I think, just still using the Baxcalibur stuff. Yep. Did Joe post about it? Oh god, that's a whole Twitch link. Sure. And then Chris Hahn ended up getting 32nd. And 31 is a question mark. I guess they're probably like not registered in any of the 4 major regions. And wait, I don't know. I actually don't know why it's a question mark. Whatever. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know. We clicked through these kind of quickly towards the end there, but I felt like it was mostly like just good stuff doing well. And so like, it didn't seem like there was that many crazy surprises. Zoroark did end up taking 5th. So, maybe having a couple of tricks up your sleeve is the way to do it. And like, you could run like something standard with, strange sets. Like I could definitely see that from like Suika's team, for example. Like it just looks like boring Pokemon, but yeah. I don't know. I guess the easiest way to, like, the easiest, most guaranteed way to find success is to just run Lele's team, of course, though. That's probably the most important answer here.
I think that there is like a legitimate skill in like picking a team and striking while the iron is hot. Because we talked to who was in chat last week when we were talking about this team who won the Victory Road Tour. Was that Taboo? Or was that someone else?
Yeah, Taboo ended up winning with Lele's team.
And I think I said, and he seemed to agree with it, that like there's always a version of balance that it just dominates a format. Again, I think earlier we had the team that Zeno had used to win, I think, Stuttgart regionals last year. It won Perth regionals. It was all over the place, and then people like had to really hedge and adapt their offensive teams to beat this really, really strong defensive core. And now we're seeing not necessarily a brand new defensive core, but I think that the Yon or Saluna really fundamentally changes the way that these balanced teams plays. But I also think it's beatable, right? It does have weaknesses. It is not the same level of strength as a Life Orb Ursaluna. It doesn't actually have the ability to tank attacks in the same way that the Assault Vest Ursaluna does. And I think people are going to find ways to adapt to this balanced team, and someone else will come up with a new balanced team that cracks the format once again. And I think the real takeaway for me is that if you can figure out what that team is as soon as it does well, you have a real chance to do really, really well in a tournament. And it doesn't matter if it's best of one and best of three, because those balanced teams are so resilient and so adaptable to formats. And so, yeah, I think this was the right GC. This was the right Victory Road tournament to bring it to. Maybe Milwaukee regionals. I think I will see a lot of it at Milwaukee, but I think someone will show us how to beat it at Milwaukee. And then the next regional, which I believe is a European regional, is going to be have a brand new balanced team that they crack and figure out, and it's not going to be all the same shit again.
No, it's going to take 8 out of 8 spots in top 8 at what is it, at Lille. I'm 100% certain. Scrawl, we were talking about the past formats. We moved on from it now, but yeah.
Not only were we talking about how Regulation C is the best format, but also we were all just making sure to vote in on the Twitter poll and also on the poll on YouTube, just to make sure that everyone knows that Regulation C is in fact the best format on that list.
It's also like technically the farthest from today. Like, I think that's also like a thing that like makes it the most fun. Like, you know, like we haven't played F in a while, to be fair, but we haven't played C in a longer while. So I think that would be really cool. So anyways, yeah, I think one thing that I super agree with Adi is I get like a lot of people in like my coaching sessions that, you know, talk about wanting to get better at team building and stuff like that. And I don't even like, I think that like there's only like a handful of people that are actually like really good at team building. And I think a great majority of the people are good at team selection. Like I think some of the best players, like Chuppa is a great player when it comes to like team selection. Like Chuppa is not the person that's like building these teams that he, you know, does well with. He's, you know, becoming part of a group that is using a build that he thinks is well positioned into the meta upcoming, and then takes advantage of the that like aspect of it. And so just being able to recognize when a team is strong and then, you know, using it, that is gonna do a lot of work for you, even if the team is like known or somewhat known. I still think that it's just like, yeah, identifying its strength into the metagame is the important part. Chuppa isn't a builder because he is. No, I know Chuppa isn't a builder, dude. I give him a lot of shit. That guy is not. That guy hasn't built a team in 48 years, and he's not even that old. Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and we talked about Frankfurt already, a little bit at least. I did want to ask Layla, what would you say was the most memorable game from your run in Frankfurt? You made it through at 7-1, took a loss in each stage of Swiss, and then ultimately won it out through cut. But what was like probably the most like, I don't know, memorable, crazy set, whatever that you played?
I think both semis and finals were good because I mean it was against good players and games were both very close. One that wasn't streamed that I guess was cool is the one against Michael Kelch. I lost game 1 against him. I got totally like outplayed. And then in game 2 and 3, they were so close because of so many calls that we both had to make. And in the last game, in the last turns of game 2, I was actually 4 against 1, and the one was Dondozo, who managed to hit 2 Fissure and open the game, even though it was a 4 against 1.
Nice.
Which could have been fun to watch for sure as a spectator. A little less as a player.
Reasonable, understandable. Was your heart racing at that point?
I was like, I'm gonna cry if I lose like this because I can't do anything about it.
Oh my god.
And game 3 also, it was like close calls every turn. And at some point I had like to Earth Power is Dondozo with my Ursa Luna when I could die to close combat because I expected him to coaching the King Gambit and switch the Dondozo to King Gambit. And I got it right. And I got the kill into King Gambit that gave me a lot of momentum. I mean, I got a crit, so King Gambit would like take 80 to 90%, but it
Right.
still was like a good enough advantage to let me win the game. But even at that point, it was still very close. So I think it would have been a fun game to watch on stream.
Definitely, definitely. Um, Also, I gotta say, you do a good job of telling Pokemon stories because I don't know, so often I just like like the whole play by play, and I'm just like, oh god, this is too much. You're just giving me just the interesting bits. That's all I really want. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to previewing Milwaukee here before we finish up the ep today. So Milwaukee is the regional this coming weekend in the U.S. I have the wrong Milwaukee, it looks like. Oh well. I think I didn't edit that part. What if I just put a 6 there? It's funny because we're going back to Milwaukee so soon too after their last one. Like it is genuinely is it less than half a year after the most recent one?
Yes,
That,
it was
that
in May last year, and we are less than 6 months away from May, I guess.
yeah, like it was the was it the last
Not only
regional?
that, it was the last. Was I think it? No, wait, was it? We had one more regional after Milwaukee. Yeah, we had Portland regionals after Milwaukee, but it was the second
Yeah,
to
yeah.
last regional in North America, if I recall correctly. And now this is the second regional of the year in North America, so it is kind of
so
silly.
so funny. Right back to it. I mean, sure. Anyways, where is that Arcanine link? I had the number as like 800 something. Let's see. This one. 843 mixed divisions. So, yeah, probably just below like it's probably like 750, I would say, is where I would guess it is in for masters, something around there. So I mean I didn't do the full rating meme for this one or whatever, but I would say it's probably like a 4 out of 5 in terms of difficulty. Not much. It could even be weaker than that because we've seen some very big tournaments, but um yeah, this one, I mean, obviously it's ultimately going to be streamed. Going to be exciting to watch for the people that are at home. I'm going to be going to this one, so look out for that, I guess, and say hi if you see me. Um, what else is there to say? What else is there to say? Layla, are you going to be there?
No, I'm not.
No. All right. Well, I guess then I won't look out for you, Adi.
Nope, I will be in Mexico City for another wedding this weekend, so I will not be there either.
Dang, Adi doesn't want to tell anybody, but he was like really playing it cool earlier, being confused about the Brazilian event going on. He's going down to Brazil, guys. He was like, I didn't. There's definitely
Well,
not a Brazilian tournament this weekend, and he's definitely attending it.
no. Lele said there was a Mexican tournament, and I was like, if there's a Mexican tournament, I would hope that I would have known about it because I am going to Mexico this weekend.
That would be so funny. Oh my
Our
gosh.
sign up sold out.
Oh,
For
for the
Brazil,
Brazilian one.
I don't think so. It doesn't say that on Victory Road. I'm actually really curious how big the Brazilian event is going to be, because I do not actually know where Belo Horizonte is and how hard it is to get to for the rest of LATAM. Because it's not like Sao Paulo, right? It's not Rio de Janeiro. Like I don't know how accessible it is, and we have had Brazilian events in the middle of nowhere that get like 20 people. Not recently, but I suspect this might be a smaller one if it is somewhat inaccessible for people coming from outside of Brazil. Milwaukee, on the other hand,
Yeah.
I don't know if we really want to preview a Brazilian regional. We don't know anything about it. But
Right.
I'll let you decide that.
No, I don't know if I know enough people going. That's the tough part. So yeah.
I did say at the start of the episode, my smart money is Agati's girlfriend who won the GC from LATAM. I don't know who she is, but I'm rooting for her.
Good. Yeah. No, I'm right.
I hope they face in finals. I think that'd be cool.
That would be sick. So I actually ended up cutting out all of the old what is it? The old Madison tournaments, sadly. I was like when I added a third Milwaukee finish, I was like, I think we could probably cut out Madison. Like these are so old for most people. They would all be pre-COVID era. So yeah. And it's funny because we were looking at these again. This is why I had to mention it to Adi earlier, or when I was asking about audio about it earlier. Like, it's so recent that we were just looking at these about who did well in Milwaukee. So really, you probably just want to look at the most recent Milwaukee. But if you need ideas for names for who to smart money in the chat, or Lele or anybody else in the call here, if you need ideas, some of the players that did well at these things before. I actually don't know if James Evans is planning on going to this one. We talked about how he had already booked Pittsburgh before, like Worlds ultimately. So that made a bit more sense. But he could definitely be taking it easy considering he's already qualified. Oe, I don't actually know if Oe is going to be coming to this one again. We talked about the circumstances for that one last time.
Well, I don't know. He went to an Oceania event last year, right? So who really knows where he's going?
That's true. I remember this. Je, I think Je is probably going to this one. Je's been posting a lot lately, but I don't remember if he posted about this one or not. Let's see. No Raghav. I would expect Paul Chua. I don't know.
Chua, two-time Madison regional champion, right?
I don't know what that Madison. What is Madison? What are you talking about? That's not a tournament. It's ancient history. Colin down there. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. So that was 2022. Then we have the 2023. Oh, I kind of forgot that I got jump scared by my own name. I was like, oh yeah. So this is why we got to go back to Regulation C, guys. It's because I did well. Only because I did well. It's the only reason. Look at me. I'm using Orthworm, dude. I said this probably last time, so I apologize because it was probably like 10 Tub Takes episodes ago or whatever. I have not had as much fun in Scarlet and Violet since I played this team. This team is still the most fun. What were you saying?
You can use Orthworm in Regage as well, I guess. You counter both Ursaluna with Orthworm.
Right. No, the secret to it was that you would lead Ting Lu. Not only does it offset the bad Spadef that Earthworm has, but there was just no Rillaboom in the format. So you could just click Earthquake from turn 1, and it was so fun. Like, they just had to take the Earthquake. I was like, you can intimidate me. I don't care. I'm clicking Earthquake. Earthquake has been canceled in the modern VGC era, and it's so sad to see.
Dude, like, actually, though, we've had 3 straight generations that are absolutely dominated by terrains. And I think terrains are a great mechanic. But I am kind of getting tired of them, Like, I think it'd actually be kind of nice to play a format that doesn't have terrains for the first time in a long time.
And that's what you're seeing here. I mean, I know that Psy Spam and DD stuff could still technically exist. But when you wanted to set up Grasky terrain, your option was Arboliva. That was pretty funny. Anyways, I don't know if I could maybe see Brian you going, and here's James again. So I mean, if James is going, good pick. Paul, if he's going, good pick.
Yep.
Rushiel, I don't actually know if Rushiel's going, but Rushiel just got top 8 in Pittsburgh. So
Pittsburgh, yeah.
And so did Justin Tang. Justin, I feel like Justin is not doing this one though. I think he's taking a break. He had done 2 events already, Monterey and Pitt. So I feel like I had heard that he's not going to this, but I don't remember for certain.
And I have not heard of Zishu literally, I think, since this year. I don't know what they're up to.
Right. Yeah.
But my boy Austin Acosta, my Austin local, is sadly not attending because he is now a Lorcana player and does not play VGC anymore. So
Lorcana.
Yeah.
Nails should be there. Again, Colin will be there. I would bet Kian's there. Riley, decent chance.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the most recent one. So this should look a little more familiar, just because.
Wow. Is this the greatest top 15 of all time?
Dude, I just realized that it does cut off the top 16. Is that? Honestly, I haven't scrolled yet. I don't remember the results. Oh yeah, it absolutely is. It's James Evans, isn't it? I see a J and an E. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, it was.
It's so I got a very good pick. Actually, these 3 names, we keep reading them. Colin, Alex, James, like just Riley again. Here's Audie.
Hey, that's me.
Smart Money Audie.
My annual regional top cut. That's right. Yeah. We got Pokeaim over there. Don't forget that. You think he's going?
True. He's not doing this one. I can't remember if were they talking about Vegas? I think he was talking about doing another sub goal, a tournament attendance.
Wasn't he talking about dragging like Blunder or something to Vegas?
Yeah. I thought it was to Vegas. Thought it was Vegas for them. Honestly,
Oh,
there's
man.
a
Wait, that'd
chance
be
that
Hyde.
they missed out on it because of the way that it just booked up. So I
Yeah.
don't actually know the story
Yeah.
there. Carson, I think Carson's going. I'm pretty sure Carson is going. Um, Adi's coolest team ever. Adi, how do you react to this claim? Is it your coolest team you've ever used, or do you think you've used cooler?
No, absolutely not. I've used some dope teams, including like all the 2020 teams, like the Players Cup 1 team that kicked off my YouTube channel. Seriously. First video on my YouTube channel has a Gudra and a Compe and a Magnezone on it. I
That
think
team
that's
was really cool, especially even for the
it was really
time,
cool.
like because you can say like some really stupid Pokemon from back in the day, and people were like, "What? You used that?" But like they were good back then. No, we were using Comfy, Gudra, Magnezone. They were not like strong common meta picks or anything like that. Oh man. Um. Okay. Let's see. So Darsh has been doing pretty well recently. So another good pick if he's going.
Sort
I
of.
mean,
He
no.
Darsh has awesome YouTube channel. He's been doing the team report grind just like I was doing. Had Dylan on for his top 4 team report, but Darsh
Right.
did the funny thing where he didn't reveal his Toronto team after he got top 8 at Toronto in regulation H part 1. Brought it to Pittsburgh, went 2-3, and then dropped the top 8 Toronto team report, which I think is really funny. Totally understandable. Would expect him to bring something different to Milwaukee after that performance.
Right. Right. Oh, 100%. No, we've all been there where it's just like, I'm not doing a team report. I'm not done with this. And then it's actually dated. Adi's always pressuring me every time. I'm like, dude, I think that I can hold on to this team for one more tournament. And then I either don't use it or like I do poorly with it. And then it's just like a little, I told you so. Like, oh man.
Every time.
Every time. Teams only have a one tournament shelf life. Unless you're Lele, of course. Unless you're Lele, dude. Like, he's gonna win the next. He's gonna win Lille with that team.
I'll try.
I'm just
right,
glad that we did your regulation your Portland winning team report, because that is like still my like 5th most viewed video ever or something like that. It's in the top 10.
right.
And that team sucked.
That
Never
team,
got used again.
Adi, I knew that team was dead on like the moment it was done. That team, every matchup felt uphill as I was going. Okay, so Lele, we talked about a bunch of American players that might or might not be going to this one. If you have anyone that you know is going to it, definitely pick them. But yeah, regardless, who do you want as your smart money? Who do you think's winning Milwaukee?
So based on the meta being pretty balanced right now, like I think Paul Chua maybe can be one that can win because he's very good at playing balanced teams.
Right. 100%.
Tell me Paul Chua is using your team without telling me Paul Chua is using your team.
No. Honestly,
I have no idea.
Paul likes Rain. Paul likes Rain. I think he's probably using Rain. Adi, who do you want?
I'm picking a little bit more of an out of the box candidate who did just pop off in this GC and generally seems to like pop off at one event a year. It's Alex Arant. Got 11th place in the GC. He didn't reveal his team. He must feel confident. Let's see him.
All right. Yeah, he's he's absolutely in the area, right? Like I think I guess unless he moved. I can't remember. He was a Chicago player. I don't know if he's Iowa.
He was going to school in Iowa. Yeah, so still in the area.
Got it. I want to pick Zhe, but I'm not 100% sure he's going or not, so I actually have opened up his Twitter now. And
You got to pick yourself.
No, we usually ban that. We usually don't go for that one. Like, just because it's like, a lot of people would do it if they're like, they feel good about themselves. To be fair, I actually don't feel the most confident for this one currently. We're going to work on that in the next couple days. But, yeah, I'm gonna pick Jeh unless somebody can tell me right now in the Twitch chat that he's confirmed not going. But I hope that he's going. And I would love to see him there and doing well.
And you should post your picks in the chat, because if you don't post your picks in the chat, how will we know that you actually call them out when they do well? And post it in the YouTube comments too. Then it'll be on screen, so we all know that you were right. And I see I see Zach Weed and I see Zach Minch in chat. I see those two so far, which are both good picks as well. And I do see a Paul Chua as well. All good picks. Someone in chat earlier said Joe is on a break, so maybe you should pick a different person.
Oh, really? What? No. Okay. I'm gonna grab that one from the chat just now because I think Zach is going, right?
I assume if Cruz is saying he's going, then he probably is going.
Um. Oh, he said sadly. Wait, why is he sadly picking him? Let me double check.
uh,
I think because we were actually we were reaching out to Zach to see if he had time for Tub Ticks today, and he did not. But let me double
yeah.
check. He said
Raghav is not going. Sorry, chat. And Anthony Lonergan, good pick, good pick. After top 16 to Toronto Regionals, coming back to Reg H. So definitely could see that.
all right, let's go ahead and finish it out with some Calca's right. Lele, do you know how it works?
No.
Okay, all right. I'll explain it really quick. So, Calca's right is a game we play at the end where we all just present a damage calc and we have to do our best to guess a number within the range. So, if I said like how much does 220 special attack modest Abomasnow Blizzard do to another Abomasnow with max HP, and you say like 40, you would get the answer right. Like you just basically pick a number that's within the range. So
Okay.
we all take turns suggesting a one calc, and then we take our guesses, and it's just basically just see how well we know our stuff. So, yeah, I guess I can start us off. I'm trying to think of some of the funny picks from the.
Wait, if you don't
Adi,
have
you
one,
going?
I can start us off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Adi, do
yeah.
it.
One calc that you actually said earlier in the stream. We saw Gallade do really well, win the GC. And you said, yeah, Rillaboom does not like taking attacks from Gallade. So how much does 252 attack, so 252 HP, 4 defense Rillaboom take from a max attack adamant sharpness Gallade with no other multipliers, no item? Let's say it's clear amulet or
Sacred
something.
Sword.
How much? Sacred Sword, yes.
Okay, I've got my number then.
Okay. Do I have to say it or I?
So just say out loud that you're ready.
Say that you're ready. I will call on people, and then you pick one number, and hopefully it's in the range.
Okay.
So
I'm ready.
and I'll let you go first, Lele.
I think 65.
65. Alex, what do you think?
I'm gonna go 76. I felt like it's hurting, dude. I don't know. And this Rillaboom, I mean, it's max HP at least. It's got that going for it. But delayed. Oh no! We were almost on opposite ends of the thing, but 75.8 is not 76. No!
That's tough.
So close. See, when I use Gallade, I normally max roll, and we just round that up. That's tough. That's tough. All right. So I think I want to do a Zoroark calc. But it's not going to be exactly in the style of the one that we saw earlier. So let's say let's just go max HP Incineroar. No special defense or anything, just max HP Incineroar. How much does it take from a Helping Hand, Terra Stellar, Choice Specs Hyper Voice from Zoroark? So Timid Zoroark, max special attack. How much is that Hyper Voice doing? Spread, of course, to the max HP Incin. No bulk, no AV. And all the multipliers are Stellar, Helping Hand, and Choice Specs.
Okay.
I got a number.
I do as well.
All right, Adi, you started this time.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a just barely miss the knockout. I'm going to say do a 95.
Okay. Lele, what about you?
I think 87.
87. Okay. All right, let's see it. So I want Incin. Max speed is good enough. I said 252.
If I was playing the GC, I think I had a Zoroark that I was ready to queue up. Not because I ever wanted to bring it, just because I wanted something that told my opponent they couldn't bring their Annihilate against me. I think that's the best use.
So
I really
funny.
do.
That's a really good point, actually. Terra, Helping Hand. Oh my god. That's so much damage. And it looks like
No,
Adi's
let's
in
go.
there. It does not
Oh, yeah.
guaranteed Oko though.
No,
But
you gotta run Hyper Beam for that.
yeah, but that's actually still really nice. Actually, the Terra normal, because normal's stronger. Am
No,
I
it's the same.
spacing? It's the same for
It's the
stellar.
same.
Oh yeah, same for stellar stab. It's not the same for stellar non-stab. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Of course, I don't think you can really bank on this because most instants have a little bit of bulk, but I guess Jolly Instant's more common now, so you might get the roll
Right.
every so often.
Right. All right, Lele, do you have a calc for us?
Okay. Can I say some weird stuff, or does it have to be
Oh, yeah.
good luck?
Whatever.
The weirder the better.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking about an overeat from Litten into only 252 HP Electabuzz.
Okay.
I wanted to
overheat
make
from-
it a little hard.
Sure. What's the investment on the Litten?
Let's do a mid one, 128.
128
nature.
overheat.
Neutral nature.
Neutral nature?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. 128 special attack overheat from Litten into Electabuzz.
What's the Electabuzz bulk?
This time just max
Only
HP.
252 HP.
And Eviolite or no Eviolite?
Eviolite.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the calc that you see in your first game of the GC. This is something that Lele learned from his first game. Yeah.
He didn't have an
Yeah, I
did
Electabuzz,
it
but yeah.
Okay, I got a
All right,
number.
I got my number.
Okay.
She's gonna call on someone.
Alex, you can go first.
I'm looking at the chat numbers, and I really hope that these guys are not doing me wrong. I have 20. I just have 20%.
Nah,
Okay.
I think you're underselling it. It still is an overheat. And Litten has, I think, I know Torracat has a higher special attack stat than Incineroar. Like, so maybe Litten does too. I think Seawolf Mike is right on. I'm going 30.
Okay.
Eric is a lot.
Litten 128.
That's like Incineroar special attack, right?
Wait, no, 138.
That's 138.
128. Versus Electabuzz, full bulk, follow me. That basically does it. We have no move yet. Overheat. Oh no! It looks like you're in there. 26 to 31.
That's more
That's
than
so-
I expected to.
That definitely was a fun curveball. I did not expect to be doing the Litten calcs. Oh my god. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode of Tub Takes. Keep an eye out for us next week, where we're gonna be reviewing Milwaukee, ideally getting some good guests from that tournament. And just kind of an overall thing. I don't know if we'll stick to it. We don't really do schedules, but probably going to be aiming to do Tuesdays a bit more going forward in the future. So yeah, that we mostly chose it because it rhymes. Tub Takes Tuesday, of course. So it's just easier that way.
It just works out with my schedule a little better. And then also I think it makes it easier when people have to travel back from regionals. We just more consistently get that right. So
yeah,
I think that's
it
gonna
rhymes.
be moving forward.
It rhymes.
We'll figure
Most importantly,
That's true. Top Takes Tuesday.
Tub Takes Tuesday. So keep an eye out for that one. Yeah, other than that, we'll figure out who we're going to throw the raid over to. Lele, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for the invite.
It was great to learn from you about your very boring team now that everybody's spamming.
And we are going to send you over to Parker Simmons, who is playing a Regulation H tournament and also is the guy who top cut a regional with Executor. So go check out what he's running and go say hi.
All right, y'all have a good night. Catch you around. Peace.
See ya.